Good afternoon. I'm Kent Van Amberg, the Executive Director of the American Society of Baking. Thank you for joining us today for our watch party. We're toasting the legends of the baking industry and celebrating ASB's Baking Hall of Fame. Our special guests today are joining us from across the country. Roddy Brixey, Wendy Ebbing, Bill Bundy, Joni Spencer, Teresa Cogswell, and two of our recent Hall of Fame inductees, Cordia Harrington and Larry Marcucci. This program is being broadcast here so that you can like, share, and send us your comments live. So let's get this party started with a few words about the Baking Hall of Fame from Roddy Brixey. Roddy?
The Wholesale Baking Industry Hall of Fame honors the achievements of many of the founding families of our craft. Innovators, formulators, educators, inventors, leaders, legends, plain and simple. Our Hall of Fame helps connect the present to the past, and it provides a blueprint for success.
Thank you, Roddy. Next, we're going to Urbana, Ohio, to the Bundy Baking Museum. Wendy Ebbing and Bill Bundy of Bundy Baking Solutions are sharing an exclusive peek of the new ASB Baking Hall of Fame exhibit. Take it away, Wendy and Bill.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Wendy Ebbing, Vice President of Marketing for Bundy Baking Solutions, and also past ASB board member and program chair.
And I'm Bill Bundy, President for Global Manufacturing for American Pan. And welcome to Urbana, Ohio, our corporate headquarters, which is home to the Bundy Baking Museum, as the new home to the ASB Baking Hall of Fame. On behalf of my whole family, my mom and dad, Russ and Liz Bundy, and my brothers, Gil, Tom, and Bob, we're just honored to be allowed by ASB to host this great memento to the industry and the great people who have made it what it is.
Yeah, it's always been something near and dear to Russ. Obviously, him as a member of the inaugural class of the Baking Hall of Fame. He actually had replicas here for years, and we're thrilled to have been able to expand on that and create a wall and multiple displays to be able to honor those people in the baking industry. The wall behind us here has a little bit of information about the Baking Hall of Fame and also just on ASB, and then the plaques and the watercolors that you see up here are from the inaugural class, which of course, as I said, includes Russ Bundy. So it's a real honor, as Bill said, to have all of this here in Urbana.
And for those of you who haven't been to our museum in Urbana, it is 3 floors, about 15,000 square feet of just awesome paraphernalia from the baking industry, the history of the American baking industry, including tons of signage from all over the country, advertising, marketing, and as well as old machinery and transportation for bread delivery, and then also a lot of emphasis on the people who made this industry so great.
Yeah, so I mentioned the inaugural class up here on the walls, but we also have multiple displays that have been designed specifically to display all of the classes of the Baking Hall of Fame members. And we have so many great members that we are in fact already building a new display to house those that are going to be inducted in 2021, whoever they may be.
So we hope that someday soon, as soon as COVID is over, you'll come out and visit us and see the Baking Museum and the Hall of Fame.
Hopefully.
Thanks, Wendy and Bill. What a beautiful exhibit. I can't wait until everyone can experience it in person. Next, let's pop over to the editor of Baking and Snack, Joni Spencer, who moderated our Baking Hall of Fame panel at BakingTECH 2020, the last time everyone in the baking industry had a chance to get together face-to-face in 2020. Joni?
Thanks, Kent. It was such an incredible honor to moderate the Hall of Fame panel at BakingTECH and be able to interview 3 of 2020's icons. I mean, Amos McMullian, he participated in the evolution of an industry. And Antonio, he's an engineering marvel. And at first I was so intimidated, but he's just such a kind person that he puts anyone he's speaking to at ease right away. And then, wow, to be able to speak to an inductee who actually founded the Hall of Fame, talking to Gary Brodsky was beyond an honor. So I have these clips that are some of my favorites, and I hope you all enjoy them. Take a look.
the one thing I seen, and talk again with the consolidation, I came up and working for people in the industry who were icons. You know, Catherine Clark, Russ Bundy, and I can go Thomas Arnold. And I started thinking about, looking about the next generation that was coming. Because of consolidation, how would they know anything about this industry? How would they know how it started? You know, most of the companies today, most of the companies of my day are brands today. They're just brands out there. They're owned by other companies. And I said, let's try to figure out how we can bring people together and show them who actually started this industry and what built that foundation. And at that time, I became the chairman and we created the Bakery Hall of Fame.
That exchange of ideas stimulates you thinking. It gets you considering things that either you want to try or things that you do not want to try. And so I think the stimulated thinking causes more creative, innovative thinking when you get back home. There are some wonderful people in this industry, great character, and some great characters, but life is full of scoundrels, but not too many of them are in this industry. This industry is made up of people who have character.
I would say that the big change that I experienced, or I saw, is related with the incorporation of the technology for the running of the production lines. The possibility to incorporate all the technology that is affordable these days, programming and to keeping the production lines running very synchronized and very smooth and very in a very net form is really a big change that I could mention as a big change in my career.
What a pleasure to spend time with these icons and capture some of the history of wholesale baking. ASB's Baking Hall of Fame is a wealth of inspiration. Be sure to visit the website and catch the whole presentation. The link is listed in this post, but for now, let's take it back to you, Kent.
Thank you, Joni. Now let's check in with Teresa Cogswell. Teresa was the first woman to serve as the chair of the American Society of Baking and is a recent recipient of the Robert A. Fisher Distinguished Service Award. She has also served as a co-chair of the Hall of Fame Evaluation Committee, and today she has a couple of special guests with her. Teresa?
Thank you, Kent. Today I have the great opportunity to talk to two Hall of Fame inductees, and we're going to start with Cordia Harrington.
Hey,
Cordia,
Teresa.
how are you today? It's good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too.
The question is multifaceted, but one long question for our audience. What has it meant to Cordia, your family, and your company to have been inducted into the Baking Hall of Fame?
Teresa, the feeling that I got when I learned I was going to be in the Bakery Hall of Fame runs so deep and is so special to my family and me. I have to tell you, before I ever got in the baking business, I had a picture made in front of Seymour Milling in Teotopolis, Illinois, and I had on a white lab coat, and I held up a baseball signed by Red Shandings of the Cardinals. He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And I mailed that ball to McDonald's and that picture, and I said, I want to be your Hall of Fame baker. Well, that was 20 some odd years before then. And in a million years, I wouldn't have dreamed I would have been considered and placed among those that have been so instrumental in our industry. And I'm very honored, and it's a big family. So feeling like I'm a part of the family has been so heartwarming. Thank you so much.
Cordia, that is an absolute amazing story. I think fate was set many years ago in front of the milling company, and as a flour miller by education, it warms my heart. It's just, it's a wonderful story.
Well, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.
Now we have the opportunity to interview Larry Marcucci. Larry, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So it's such an honor to talk to inductees of the Hall of Fame. And our question for you today is, what has it meant to Larry, to your family, and to your company to have been inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Boy, obviously, I didn't expect it. I had all my family there. My kids flew in from out of town. It was a great thing for me. I was very honored. My family was very proud. My sisters came. They worked for another baking company. They came. So it's been a wonderful experience, and certainly great for our company to have both Mike and I as Hall of Fame candidates when we were brought in.
Well, Larry played an amazing part in my involvement in the baking industry, and it was a great honor to watch you inducted into the Hall of Fame. Any suggestions for people wanting to nominate others that you would recommend?
Wow. You mean after me? It's so hard, very hard for me to imagine what could be done. But, again, like I said, we were very honored to even be considered. You don't ever go into this looking to be a Hall of Fame person. You just try to do what you think is right for the industry and to try to move things along and help other people. We got involved in Mike Marcucci and I both got involved a lot in associations, certainly ASB, ABA, even I was involved. We were both involved at AIB for a while. So a lot of it is just reaching out and trying to be part of the industry and looking for ways to help move our industry forward. I guess we didn't really think about what we were doing at the time. It's just something we felt we needed to do. Those are the kind of people you probably need to look for, is people who want to go beyond whatever it is their job says they're supposed to do.
Well, as an industry, we thank you for all of the work you've done to make the industry a better place to work and to raise our families and become a part of the baking family. It's been an honor. And we thank you and Cordia for your time and your words and sharing your comments with us today. So Kent, now back to you.
Thank you, Teresa, and thank you to all my wonderful co-hosts and guests for helping us toast the legends and celebrate ASB's Baking Hall of Fame. We're coming to the end of our event today. I do want to remind you that the deadline for next year's Baking Hall of Fame nomination is open for only a few more weeks and closes on September 15th. Let's pop over to Rowdy one last time. Rowdy?
I enjoy reading the nomination forms and learning about these individuals that had such a profound impact on our industry. I take even more pride and joy in watching the acceptance speeches unfold and getting to meet the families. And when we're blessed enough to actually have the inductee with us, it makes it even that much more rewarding. This is a wonderful industry that we have, and it was founded on blood, sweat, and tears of so many that come before us. Invest in our industry. Take the time to seek out those that have made an impact in your life or in your portion of the industry. Put together a nomination form, and let's see if we can help honor those that helped pave the way for many of us. My dad started in this industry when he was 16 years old. I've literally been in it my whole life. And I continue to just be blown away by how much I don't know about those that came before me. We should be proud to have a Hall of Fame that helps us honor and pay tribute to those that deserve to be recognized and have an indelible spot in our history. Thank you.
Thanks, Rowdy. Part of our mission at the American Society of Baking is to celebrate baking achievements and preserve the history of the wholesale baking industry. You can help us build our Baking Hall of Fame by sharing history from your company's archives and nominating pioneers, icons, and leaders from the industry. The annual deadline is September 15th. Get all the details by visiting the Watch Party page at www.asbe.org. Well, that wraps up our event for today. Thank you for joining us for our Watch Party. ASB is leading the way with virtual networking events for the baking industry, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Don't forget to visit our Watch Party page for more videos, including an exclusive replay of the 2020 Baking Hall of Fame panel. Visit us at www.asbe.org. Thanks again, everyone, and have a great day.